People who cut off their family, what did they to you? 1. My mother used to beat the shit out of me on a daily basis. Lashed out for no reason than me being a child. Woke me up in the middle of the night to give me cold showers because I did something she judged to be out of line. It was really BS reasons most of the time. Put my face in garbage full of maggots because I forgot to tie the garbage bag before putting in the bin. Mind you, I was still a child. She always did this when no one was home, and I was so afraid to say anything that my sister and dad didn't know it was happening until I told them a few years ago. I'm 29 now with BPD, PTSD, and anxiety because of all of this. I'm still struggling with all the emotions I lived during my childhood. To this day, she still doesn't understand why I don't want anything to do with her. She still calls my sister to get her to convince me to get in contact with her. My sister hasn't nagged me with this since she found out what happened. Now I'm living with my GF, who is the most wonderful and loving person ever. I'm glad I don't live in fear anymore.
2.
My mother used to rub chili into my eyes to pacify me. Most of the time, she would also physically tie me up or pin my face down on the floor. She would also constantly compare me and put me down. Unlike your sister, my sisters helped her in doing all of this. Their actions have left me deeply traumatized and with a host of mental health issues. Everyone thinks my mother is the loveliest lady alive on earth, but that is far from the truth. I'm older now. My sisters regret their role in what had happened in my childhood and have tried to make it up to me in their own ways. But my mother is still in denial. Last time I brought it up with her, she sought to justify her awful behavior. A few months ago, I realized that the best thing to do for my mental health and happiness was to cut her off. I never called her after that. She reached out to me a couple of times, but I told her I was busy. I briefly had to stay at her house, but I ensured I saw her as little as possible. I spoke to her only once this month, at my sister's request. But it is difficult for me to speak to her, and I hope to cut her off completely someday. 3. I was 10 years old. I was given to a 34-year-old man to be his third wife. My parents were so happy because it was a great honor to them that I was chosen out of all of the girls there to be with the man that was second in charge. I was smuggled out a month before my 13th birthday, was deprogrammed, tried to end my own life when I was 16 BC of what I went through. I'm still alive. I'll be 49 this year. I don't know if my parents are even alive.